Happy opening tip. Ew. Eve, baby.
Ooh.
Let's go. You get NBA basketball tomorrow. Let's go. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for Dime After Dark every Tuesday after our 11 o'clock games. You know we got you with the game recaps, power rankings. Kwab, stop laughing. We got to get to these over-unders, baby. We got to get to the Western Conference over-unders.
You're ridiculous, my boy.
I'm
You're ridiculous.
Listen, we're also doing a dime bag segment, which is basically a mailbag. We're calling it dime bag. Leave your questions in the comments, like dime bag question or just dime bag question or comment. We'll get to it. We're going to do a completely separate video for that. Definitely want to get you involved in as many ways as possible. Like I said, we're going to be going live on Tuesdays as well. So come and join us after the late Tuesday game. We're going to hang out. We're going to recap games. We're going to talk anything basketball, NBA related. All right, let's do it. Over-unders, Kwab, are you ready?
Let's do it.
OKC Thunder, 62.5. Last year, they were 68-14, one of the best actually one of the best seasons ever. Let's just be honest.
Ever, yeah.
62.5 over/under. I'm gonna go over. It's a lot. That's a huge number. Don't get me wrong, but this is still a team that is very deep. So even if they decide to rest players, it's not like they don't have like a mega bench, which they do. They're so freaking deep. They can play so many different players, and they're defensively sound, which means they're going to be in every single game, no matter who's on the court. They're just they're an animal, like they're a machine. I have the ultimate confidence that this team is going to win 60+ games. I'll take the over. Defending champions until dethroned, no matter what I think otherwise. I'm very confident that this team is going to win 60+ games. 62+ games.
Yeah, over, way over. I think last year when we'd recap their games, we'd watch them. We'd be like, well, they shut them down. They shut your team down and ran them out the gym. Like it was just a machine. Was clockwork. And what's crazy about it is that they started off this season with a lot of injuries, that people don't talk about with their bigs. And they had Jalen Williams playing center at some points. By the way, people, we know that Jalen Williams was playing with only his left hand during the playoffs. We know he was injured. We get it. We know that. But that's how much.
Man.
That's how much belief we have in this Thunder team. We know the team is nice. So just
very,
up and down.
Nice.
And during the offseason, they didn't lose anybody. They didn't really lose anybody. It was just like, okay, let's go back to it. So run it back. I look, man. Over. I expect a winning team. I expect players to take a step up. Like I expect Chet to be better. I expect Jalen Williams to be better. I expect Shea to be even better than last year. I expect Lou Dort to be better.
Casey Wallace.
Casey Wallace to be better.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. Like I expect them to be over when it comes to that number.
All right, moving on. Denver Nuggets, 53.5. Last year, they were 50-32, despite all the drama. Lost to 7 to the Thunder in the playoffs. I am going over with this. To me, yes, there's going to be, some learning curve maybe no, there's not. They're going to be fine. I don't think there's going to be a learning curve here. You get Bruce Brown back. I think Cam fits better with the team than Michael Porter Jr. I think he's a better Michael Porter Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. can just come off the bench and launch threes. They seem to be responding to Adelman. I think, the Thunder and Nuggets are going to be 1-2 all year. I think the Nuggets can win close to 60 games. I'm very comfortable taking the over here.
Yeah, over. They had the best offseason, it feels like, with the moves they made. The roster looks fantastic. Jokic is going to put up video game numbers again while looking like he's not trying. Like you said, Cam Johnson feels like a better fit. Getting back Bruce Brown is amazing. Over. It's going to be over. They're going to be great. We expect them to be a top team in the West, throughout the whole year.
All right, moving on. The T-Wolves, Minnesota Timberwolves, 49.5. Basically, will they win 50 games? Last year, they were 49-33. I'm going to say under with this one. I actually think they're going to have a very close, similar record that they had last year. I do think it's going to look better, though, if that makes any sense. You could have the same record, but a different vibe, and I think that's what's going to happen this year. Wouldn't surprise me if this goes over. I'm just saying under just because the West is very competitive, and I can't have everybody going over. But I do think they're going to be a better team this year. I think they're going to be more cohesive. I think Julius Randle finally got his footing towards the end of the year. I think Dante's going to be more comfortable. Rob Dillingham probably have a bigger role. Naz Reid off the bench. I just really like this team. If they could find their defensive identity and, can make up for maybe the loss like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I don't think it's going to be that big of a loss, but, just find spots here and there to fill in. I think they're going to be good. I have them as the 4 seed in the Western Conference, but I
Mhm.
think it's going to be like at the 49 wins.
Yeah, I have it. I have them over, but probably I could see them winning 50 games. To the point you made, I think that's having after having the trade last year, having a full season with Julius and Dante. Hopefully they're healthy. They both started off the year not healthy, and it kind of affected the cohesion of the team. But having them healthy is going to make a difference. You expect Ant to take another leap, as he always does every year. Um, like losing Nikel is kind of, you know what I mean, it might be
Yeah.
big for them defensively because he made plays for them, but you expect Terrence Shannon Jr. to have a decent year also because I think they were comfortable with losing Nikel because they had Terrence
Yeah.
and like a kind of he had a couple of moments during the playoffs where you're like, okay, they can see him stepping up. You hope Rob gets a step up because it feels like they at some point they're gonna have to either put the ball in his hands, whatever it is, and make that decision.
Yeah. Mike Conley can't play point guard till he's 75 years old.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have them over, but like again, but by not that much. But you're gonna be a really good team in the West.
All right. Next team on the docket. The Portland Trailblazers, 34.5. Last year, they were 36 and 46 quietly.
Mhm.
I think this is a better team than they were last year. I'm going
Okay,
over.
okay.
They are going to be one of the better defensive teams in the league. Donnie Advia is one of the more underrated players in the league. I think they have a very solid roster. Shaden Sharp, I think, is going to take a step forward. Scoot starting off the season kind of injured. He's going to miss a few weeks here and there. But defensively, I think this team plays hard. I think they've gotten better. I think Klingon's going to have a better year. And you know my boy, baby. You know my boy's on the
Yang,
team now. Young
Young,
Hansen.
Young Hansen.
Young Hansen. That's how
Okay,
they pronounce it. That's what it said in the Players Tribune, so I'm going to try to respect
nice.
that.
Yeah,
But I think they're a better team than they were last year. So to me, I think this is a team that's probably going to finish around 500. I think they're going to be like 40 and 42, 41 and 41. I got the Blazers over here.
yeah, I have them over too. I like the roster, especially defensively. They might end up being the best defensive team in the league just because the defensive pieces are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Adding Drew Holiday to that is crazy. Tamani is like a ridiculous defensive player. Like you can go up and down the list of really good defensive players they have. Yeah, I feel like the Blazers are. I want to say I could see them in the play-in
Yeah, I could too.
playoffs. Like
Yeah.
I could, you know what
I
I
don't know about
mean?
the
When
playoffs, but playing.
yeah, that's why I'm like, but playing stuff. But I expect them to have a really good year.
Yeah, same. All right, moving on. The Utah Jazz, 18.5. This team is gonna lose as many games as possible. Ace Bailey's gonna drop 30, and then for some reason, just not play the fourth quarter. Yeah, just they're gonna try to lose as many games as possible. They have plans for some kid playing at BYU right now. You agree, Kwab, right? We can move on from this.
Look, man, it's gonna be under. It could be what is it? 16.
18
16
and a
wins.
half.
Yeah, that's too high.
Yeah.
Just look. I just saw. I had to double check. I just saw a highlight of AJ DeBansta playing a game against Nebraska. He had 30 points. I know Danny Ainge is just in there like
Yep.
perfect,
Yep.
perfect. So yeah, it's under.
All right, next we got the Los Angeles Lakers, 46.5. Last year they were 50 and 32. I'm gonna go over, but slightly over. I think they're a better team this year. I think they're a better roster. Now LeBron has sciatica, which is wild to say. But you get skinny Luca. I think DeAndre Ayton is gonna be good enough. You know, we talked about that move when it was first made, and I think from my perspective, at least, I'll speak for myself. You don't know what type of player you're getting with DeAndre Ayton night in, night out, but I do think no matter what that is, it's still kind of an upgrade from what they've had at that position.
Mm.
I think Austin Reeves is going to take another step forward. He looks good. And I like their additions, man. Marcus Smart is just somebody who knows how to play the game. He's going to be feisty on the perimeter. Who else did they get?
Jake LaRavia.
Yeah, Jake LaRavia is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. I think they're slightly better than they were last year. I think LeBron's going to come back. When he does come back, he's going to be healthier. I don't know what he's going to look like now because he is in his 40s, which is insane. So I'm going to say over, but slightly over. I don't think it's like I don't think they win 50 games like they did last year. I think if they do go over, it's going to be like by a game or two.
I would have said under, like slightly under. with this, but then I saw Olympic Nigerian gave Vincent his six threes in a row or on Cooper Flag in preseason. So that's gonna make it over by a little bit. I don't want to again. I have a similar perspective with you when it comes to everything you said with DeAndre Ayton, with Luca, with AR, and all that. I think you expect LeBron to come back and still make an impact, but
Yeah.
at some point you can't be like we need LeBron or we die. So,
Right.
but I expect Luka to have a good year. So I'm gonna go over, but not over by that much.
All right, next we got the Golden State Warriors. Last year, 48 and 34. They're 47.5 this year. So basically, will they finish with the same record or better? I'm going to say yes. The Jimmy Butler trade, I mean, they were a completely different team when Jimmy came over. Now you have him for a full season. Yeah, I think this team wins 50 games. I went back and forth with the Warriors just because it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I don't know like what to make of them, but I think I'm going to firmly have a take right now that I think they're going to be very good. I think Steph's going to have a good season. The Kuminga signing, I don't know what they do with him. I think they signed him just because of the talent that's there, but he does not mesh with them. He does not mesh with that team or the offense that they want to run. So I think they got to figure that out. But I think if you give the opportunity to Moses Moody, I think he's going to have a better year. Al Horford, I think is going to make a little bit of a difference too, spreading the floor and just his veteran presence. I think they're a better team than they were last year, and if they stay healthy, I think they should reach this mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over but slightly. We always say with the Warriors, you have Curry, you have a chance. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, it is what it is. The Kuminga signing, I think they signed him to trade him at the deadline. Basically, that's what it is. But like to the point again you made, they were a completely different team when Jimmy Butler joined. Not only defensively, but also they actually had a player that was consistently getting to the free throw line. It just
Yeah.
felt like that was a big thing that they didn't do because they shot a lot of long range shots, and they didn't really have a player that was like drawing fouls and kind of allowing the team to like catch their breath during moment. So I could see them winning 50 games. Or I guess the same, what they have 48 last year. I think I can see them getting
Yeah.
48, 49 last year, like they did last year. So yeah, I'm over, but slightly.
All right, next we got the Los Angeles Clippers. I know we're going to say different things for this. 47.5. Last year they were 50 and 32. You had Bradley Beal. You
Yes,
had
sir.
Brook Lopez.
Yep.
You had Chris Paul.
Yep.
Over, baby. Why? Why is this so low? Over. This is one of the more
because
talented
people
teams in the
know.
league.
Because we know what's gonna happen. We know what do you mean? What do you mean over?
I always fall for your type.
We know what's gonna happen. Remember last year when we did the show during the playoffs because they were up on the Nuggets, and we're like, oh man, it's over. The Clippers got it. The Clippers really got it because Nuggets are just, and then there's just
Clippers
look,
gonna
man.
clip.
Look, look, the logical answer should be over. It just should be over. They made a lot of good moves.
Yeah.
Your bench is better than most teams' starting lineup. Like it is what it is. Like I love the John Collins signing. I love Brook Lopez as a backup to Zoo. That's ridiculous to have because Brook can still start in the NBA. Having Chris Paul, who is one of the most winningest players in the league for all time, as your backup to James Harden, is great. Like and then adding Bradley Beal, who is a capable scorer, so you expect Ty Lue to put him in the right
Kwab.
situations.
Come on, Kwab.
Like it just makes perfect sense. I'm under.
All right. Next, we got the Sacramento Kings. Last year, 40 and 42. Their over-under is 35.5. I'm going under. It's basically the Chicago Bulls West. Just a random collection of talent. You sign Russell Westbrook. It's going to be funny. That team's going to be funny to watch because there are going to be nights where it's like, did you see that play? That was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And then like the next play, it's like, did you see that play? That was one of the most insanely absurd, idiotic things I've ever seen on a basketball court. I think that team is a mess. I think they might be sellers at the deadline. Under. I think whatever vibe was going on in Sacramento when they were the 3 seed that one year is completely gone. It's under.
Yeah. What is Sacramento right now? Like I don't know. They have a weird roster. It's a weird roster, man, with these names, man. But
It's like they didn't even mean to put that roster together. It's like, oh, this kind of just happened.
it kind of just happens. Like, we got something here, and then seeing that Sabonis might be out for a little bit to start the year, which is a
Yeah.
big factor. But I'm under, but like they're gonna be a weird team because you're gonna win games. Like it's just what it is. You're gonna win games. I know how
Yeah.
your feelings are like, oh no, Westbrook and all that, but like they're gonna win games. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna be weird. They're gonna light the beam, but to me, it just doesn't feel like you're a good team.
Yeah, same.
Even with all those pieces, like if I said
Sabonis is out to start the year, like
yeah, but if I say your team has an all-star center, all-star guards, a past MVP, a player that has a reputation of like I can go up and down the roster without saying
Monk,
names.
one of the better players on the bench, like
Who like a
Yeah.
six man of the year candidate.
Yeah.
A point guard like who's gonna be in the Hall of Fame with two
Russell
point guards that are gonna
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Dennis Schroeder is gonna be in the Hall of Fame because of his international play. Like that's it's a caveat. It's a caveat. But you would feel like, oh, that's a pretty good team. Then when you start mentioning names, you're like,
we're spending way too much time on the Kings.
yeah, we are. But
You know what the Kings are? The Kings are the team that shows up to the basketball court and they're very talented, but they keep losing and they don't know why they're losing. And they're getting frustrated.
do you know why they're losing? Do you know why they're losing? The problem is that, and this we're gonna end it here. The reason why, for example, the Bulls worked was because of Lonzo Ball.
Yes.
Like that's with Zach, with DeMar, with the pieces they had was because of a player like Lonzo Ball. I don't know if they have that type of player. I don't now on that team,
They
but
don't.
we'll see. We'll see.
Unless Russ decides to become that player.
Yeah, I mean, if you get MVP-ish, Russ.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. I knew you were gonna say that.
The Phoenix Suns, 30.5. Last year they were 36 and 46. 30 is low for me. I'm taking the over. Devin Booker is still one of the better guards in the league. I think Jalen Green having a new start is. I don't know if he's going to thrive, but I think it's a better situation for him. Dylan Brooks is. He's listen. If there's one thing to say about Dylan Brooks is that he plays really freaking hard.
He's there.
Yeah, and you can see in their preseason games like there's some sort of culture shift. Like I'm not saying that it's like in magnitudes of like where I think they're going to make the playoffs, but for the past few years, this Suns team looks like a team that didn't give a shit about anything, and now they seem like they like each other. It's progress. They'll win like 32, 33, 34 games. I think 30's it's low. 30.5 is a little low.
Yeah, I feel like they can win more than 30 games. Watching them in the preseason, they played the Nets, so I ended up watching them when they played in China, and the Nets spent the whole like 3 quarters just trapping Devin Booker anytime he caught the ball. And it's like somebody else beat us, and it didn't necessarily work. So you're going to see a lot of that. But 30 is kind of low for that team. So they'll be better than that.
All right, let's move on to the Houston Rockets. Last year, 50 and 32. The over/under is 52 and a half, so 53 games. Kwab, I'm going to take the under with this. Sadly,
I knew
it breaks my heart because if Fred VanVleet didn't get hurt, I would be talking Rockets to the Western Conference Finals, championship contenders. Now, I'm not saying they can't be. I just don't know what it looks like yet. And because I don't know what it looks like, I'm kind of hesitant to say that they would win 53 games. That's a lot of games to win. Now, I think they're going to be good still. I think they're still going to make the playoffs. And I think by the deadline, like they could make a move that eventually will catapult them into contenders tier again. We don't know what Reed Shepard's going to look like. They definitely had a great offseason. Not just getting Kevin Durant, but also getting DFS. They did a great job. I just don't know what to expect when you don't have your point guard at the helm. And this is coming from someone who named his podcast a dime because I was a pass first point guard, and I think point guards are very valuable. So take that with a grain of salt. But I'm going to go under. I think slightly under. I don't think they're going to be a bad team. I think they're a playoff team. I just don't know if I can believe in them that much without Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, I'm going to go slightly over. Like I told you before, I really like the roster.
Yeah.
Udoka looks like he's just going to be trying shit because I saw in the preseason. No, deadass. Yeah. He started Amen, Jabari, KD, and the 2 bigs. And I was like, what is happening? And then, but they played zone defense.
Yeah.
But they made it work. So I feel like you're going to be trying stuff. Also, you hope Reed Shepherd can take a leap, and because they need shooting from the
Yeah.
guard's perspective. Like you said, they had a good offseason, adding DFS, adding wings like Josh Okogie. So they're set. I feel like they're set in terms of size on wings. Losing Fred is big. Like, I think the Fred news was just kind of like, damn. Like, I think we both would probably had him as championship contenders.
Yeah,
Like,
100%. I mean, when they traded for Kevin Durant, there's a whole video of us talking like they're championship contenders. And I don't take
yeah,
it back a word I said in that
yep,
video, but things have changed.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we're both fans of Fred and just the impact he would have on that team. But I
Yeah.
still think you're going to be really good. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think so
go
too.
I'm gonna go over, but slightly over.
Listen, one move made during the season, and again, to me, they're up there. I
Yeah,
just I don't know what that move looks like right now because I don't know what the landscape of the trade market or the waiver market looks like.
yeah.
All right, let's move on. Next team, the Memphis Grizzlies. Last year, 48-34. They're at 39.5. I'm going under, man. I think the vibes are bad. You lose Desmond Bane. Kwab and I are trying out for center tomorrow for the Memphis Grizzlies. They don't have a center right now. Ja Morant, he's been hurt past couple years. I don't want to say he's a bad leader, but I can't see any type of like camaraderie rallying around Ja Morant right now in Memphis. The vibes seem to be off. You fired Taylor Jenkins, last year in the middle of the season. I just feel like everything is pointing down. And it makes me sad because I like Memphis. I like their brand. I like Ja. I hope Ja and company gets it together, but I just don't think it's going to happen this year.
Yeah. I'm I won't say I'm slightly over by a little bit. Like,
Okay.
you hope Ja can get. Cause I think he's out at the start of the year. You hope Ja can get healthy, but if you still have Ja, you still have Jaren Jackson Jr. Losing Bane was like, I was surprised they made that trade, but yeah, but they added Ty Jerome, so
True
I'm
that.
gonna, yeah.
True that. I forgot
Nah,
about
so
that.
I feel like if the if their stars are healthy, they're a hard team to beat. So they're gonna win some games. So I'm
Okay.
slightly over, but I can see them not being a winning team throughout the course of the year
I
too.
could see like Ja not being healthy, Jaren Jackson not being healthy, and then throwing in the towel, say F it, get a draft
Yeah,
pick, and we'll wait
yeah.
till next year. All right, next we got the Dallas Mavericks, 41.5. Last year they were 39-43. I'm going over here.
Mm.
I mean, they're too talented to be 500. I know that they're getting disrespected, and the whole Luka trade was a bad look for them. But when healthy, you have Kyrie, AD, Cooper Flag, PJ Washington. You have a squad. Like they have centers, Lively. Like they have a squad. Dallas has a squad, and you can even argue that like they're sneaky. I wouldn't say contenders, but dark horses in the West to make noise in the playoffs. I think it's very disrespectful that this over under is like, will they be 500? Yeah, this team's gonna be 500. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll be fine. I feel like it's over. I think the only issue that people have been talking about with the Mavs right now is like, do they have enough shooting apart from Clay?
yeah.
So, but you hope Kyrie can come back and return to form, but like, so that's too much talent. You go up and down the roster, they basically like too deep at every position if they're healthy, like
Yeah.
that can start or play. So yeah, it's over.
All right, next we got the San Antonio Spurs 44.5. Last year they're 34-48. I'm going under here. I think the Spurs are going to be better. I
Mm.
don't think they're going to be 11 games better than they were last year. I think Victor Wembanyama obviously takes a step forward. They got nice young pieces in Castle. I don't know how they're going to work Harper and De'Aaron Fox when Fox is healthy. I'm interested to see that. But I still think there's a learning process here, and unfortunately they play in the Western Conference, so it's going to be more difficult for them. You see the West more often than not. I think they're better. I think they're around 500. It wouldn't surprise me if they're like 42-40 or something like that. But to win 45 games, I don't see it.
I could see it. I could see 45. I could see 45. I just feel like it feels like this is a year Wemby's going to take another leap. But again, it comes down to if Wemby stays healthy, Fox becomes healthy. What does that look like? Like you said, how are they going to involve Harper with Fox, or just going to have him off the bench, bring him up slowly? Castle's a rookie of the year. We both like Devin Vassell. We think he's good. Like, they have pieces on that team
Yeah, they do for sure.
that's tough. But I think it all comes down to that 7'12" monster that they have in the back. Like, how is he going to look throughout the course of the year? Is he healthy? Is he going to
Yeah.
be consistent? And that's going to make the world of a difference. So I could see them again. When I say over, I don't mean like over by a lot. Maybe 45 games. I can
Yeah.
see them winning maybe 45 games. If it's under with that, it also would be like just maybe 43 games. But I feel like around that mark is fine with that team.
All right, last but not least, the New Orleans Pelicans. Last year, 21-61. Their over-under this year is 30.5. I'm going over. I think they stay relatively healthy this year. This is just a feeling. There's no like Zion has a good year. Trey Murphy plays well. But listen, DeJounte Murray. When does DeJounte Murray come back? Is he back? This
No.
thing.
It's not
Listen, I don't care. All right.
Talk to me.
This franchise
Talk to me.
has had too much bad luck.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Okay.
It is time
It's time.
for Zion
You feel that? Okay.
to make his presence felt.
Okay.
They're going to win at least 31 games.
Okay.
His presence felt as a 9
Presence
seed.
felt.
Yeah. 31 games. Come on. They can do this.
Look, man, this team has too much talent for that number. But every year they have too much talent and they start getting injured. Kayvon Looney was basically an Iron Man when he was in Golden State.
Yeah.
Like, barely missed any games. Comes to the Pelicans, he's hurt. He's out. He's out.
There's something, man. There's something.
There's something there. That's, you know what? Screw the Clippers investigation. That should be the real investigation right there. That's what, Silva, you need to investigate. Why do the players keep getting hurt? Because we always talk about the Pelicans. On paper, they have a great squad. This team could easily be a top 4, top 5 team in the West with the type of talent they have.
Listen, they were in the 1 seed like 2 years ago. Like,
yeah.
And then December.
And then the next day,
yeah,
somebody turned the injury meter up.
I mean, you got Jordan Poole.
Yep.
Herb Jones. Trey Murphy.
Jones.
Like, they
Trey
have
Murphy.
Yeah,
Trey
they
Murphy
have it.
Crazy, yeah.
He's like, they have a squad, man. They got 31 games. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it.
I mean, look, man. I'm just saying, man. Like, they have a lot of nights. Sadiq Bey, they signed. They still have Jose Alvarado. Who's the big man that they have that I like? Carlo. I can't pronounce his last name. If you're a Pelicans fan, please let me know. Like
Matkovic.
I don't want to butcher it, but he's a beast. I think he's nice. They have a lot of talent.
Yeah, they do.
Are they going to stay healthy enough to win that many games?
I'm saying yes.
Okay.
Let's go Pels.
Let's go Pels.
Well, yes, enough to win like 32 games. You can do
yeah. I mean, that's yeah.
All right, those are our over-unders. Games start tomorrow.
Yes,
Join
sir.
Kwab and I after the games for our recap. If you're new to this channel, we recap big games. You know, and by big games, I mean teams that are like doing well and they're gonna make the playoffs. Surprising teams. Like last year, you know, we did a lot of Rockets games and we did a lot of Cavs games. We did a lot of Thunder games, and then like ESPN and other networks weren't doing them. And Pacer games, the same thing. Tend to do the same thing. We don't discriminate here. If your team's playing well, if we think that you should be highlighted, we will highlight you. If you're a Hornets fan and you're 9-2, we're gonna be talking about you.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned for that. Starting not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday when the NBA starts their 11 o'clock p.m. games, Kwab and I will be going live, Dime After Dark, to recap the games and to talk to y'all. So stay tuned for that as well. We're going to have a dime bag segment, which is basically a mailbag segment. So in the caption, in the comments below, put dime bag or dime, whatever, and then ask a question or leave a comment, and we'll answer that during that segment as well. Just a lot of different things we're going to try this year to get in contact with our subscribers and to reach new people. So stay tuned for that as well. You can follow me everywhere. I'm Josh Rodriguez at Josh_Rodriguez_. He's Kwab at Kwab. Yes. The Dimes pages are at the Dime NBA. Season starts tomorrow, baby. Let's
go.
do it.
Let's go.
See you then.
See you
Peace.
then.